I went to her Instagram page after she posted what she posted. And I felt like trying to cover it up
Oh yeah.
or clean it up a bit. But I was funny. I was listening to a lecture on YouTube earlier today, and it was talking about how sometimes when Black people choose to play certain roles, there's a conscious decision that goes into playing the role when you have to read the script, and especially somebody historical when you can do your research. So a conscious decision was made to play this role and to make this happen. And so that's why to me on the back end, conscious decisions has to be made to say, all right, that was that. This is the real story, and let's make sure people really understand who this woman was and the impact she
Exactly.
truly had on America. And there would be no Black haircare industry without her.
Right. And I feel as though, and I do agree with that. You get to choose what story you want to tell. At the end of the day, we all get up, we choose our job, we choose what cars we like, what clothes we like, we choose what we're going to read, we choose what we're going to post. And people to this day, they choose what events they want to go to, they choose who they're going to support. So you can choose who you want to portray and what you want to do. But all I know is no one has ever accurately portrayed my aunt.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, when people always say, well, would you have anything to say? And I'm like, well, I want to know, well, what would y'all do differently? Because I don't have nothing to say about it. If that's how y'all felt Madam CJ Walker's life was, well, I could see why there's so much animosity. I could see why there's so much tension. Because that's how y'all feel.
Right.
But y'all don't know that we know all the cases that Annie had to face.
Mm-hmm.
Madam Walker was worried about Annie. Annie was worried about Sally, Billy, Joe, Bob. Like, come on now.
Right.
You kidding me?
Right.
So it's just like, it's funny because if that's what you want to highlight, I'm glad that that is what you guys feel was accurate. But
Right.
I hope that as books are being rewritten and new projects are being created, that perspective shifts,
Yes.
because that perspective is very toxic. And like I said, they could have done her better due diligence. I think that we could have saw a better story of what Madam TJ Walker did without it being such dramatic antics.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't just my aunt. There were other scenes that were very dramatic throughout the series that didn't correlate with history. You know what I mean? Like, so we're not even
Yeah.
going to act like it was just the Addie Monroe thing. There were a couple things that were scattered throughout the series that was very questionable, and it's just like, if this is what y'all like as entertainment, so be it. But it's not
Right.
going on in my books as like, a stamp as like, oh yeah, my children have to see this. It's not like a Roots. Like people say, oh yeah, Alex Haley Roots. Everybody got to see that. You know what I mean? It's not that vibe, sis. No,
Exactly. Exactly. So
it's
so
not
let's
giving.
so let's go back a bit. You you talked about her going to Germany to create the hot comb, correct?
Um, I would not say Germany.
Okay.
I will say Europe.
You're okay,
As
somewhere in
I
Europe.
confirm, yes, as I confirm the specific city. But because I my research said France, so that's why
Okay.
you're saying Germany, but I researched France, so
Okay.
I'm gonna say Europe,
I
okay.
got you. I got you.
And she found a man who had a hot comb. She took that same design, but then widened the tooth and patented, a hot comb that was suitable for thicker textured hair. It
Okay.
wasn't for fine hair. You know what I mean? So that is then where you get the hot comb, you heat it up on a stove. You got your bacon fat, not your bacon, sorry, not bacon fat, goose fat. Sorry, they
Yes.
use a lot of goose fat
Yes.
and different things like that. And you got, what I'm saying? People be knowing, like, come on, them edges. Anybody who's ever gotten their hair laid, girls who do the silk press, anything, man, you know about having to touch
Right.
up them edges and sometimes heating a hot comb. Maybe not today, girls who use a flat iron, and I respect it. But back in my grandmother's day, Eddie Malone's day, you didn't have no choice. You used the hot comb, and then you had your curling iron that sat on the stove, and you did your whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, she was very global, and she wasn't just America. I have cousins from Bermuda who even say they have things from Annie because she touches all up in the islands. So she was worldwide. And that's what's so dope about her. I'm like, what was it like to travel back then? That's
Exactly.
I love when I see the letters because just seeing like how they use the typewriters and the stamps and different things, like mail is so different today than mail back then, and I
Hmm.
love the comparisons. So just to know that she was so versatile and traveling like that, like that's like me. Like I love to travel. I've been so many places, and even when people say like we look alike, hello. I'm not gonna deny it. I do feel like her energy does shower over me because we are. I do feel like I am a reflection of her in different
Hmm.
ways. Even like how she started doing things with her hair care at the age of 22 in Brooklyn, Illinois. I started doing my things at 22 in Brooklyn, New York. But
Right.
it's very weird, but it's very funny.
No,
Because
that's
I don't know. I think everything's destined. I think everything's meant with a purpose. And there's also
hmm
a reason why I'm the first girl as well. You know what I mean? You have my grandfather, you have my great grandfather, which is Annie's brother. You have my grandfather, who only had two boys. And then, only one of those sons, my father had kids, my uncle didn't have kids. And I'm the first girl, you know what I mean? And then I
yeah.
have a younger brother. So it's like male, 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 and then me.
Right.
And I feel like that's also destined as well to for me to be the one to tell the story, and I look just like her. Then I'm everything is already written, and I'm here walking by faith. So I'm very grateful for people like you who are interested in her story because like I said, sometimes my family loves hearing about family, but like we talk about
Hmm.
other things. So you guys want to talk about my family? Let's do it. It's
Yeah.
sometimes it can be my favorite topic. I love it.
Exactly.
because
Exactly.
because it's comforting for me, it's uplifting for me, and it's very healing for me as well. And so I really enjoy that. And it's a dope perspective. It's a dope legacy. I want to be able to carry on her legacy and even break through what she did. Like she had the millions by this age. I'm like, bet, let's get there because
Yeah.
I want to make sure that not only me doing it by telling my story, but me doing it with my dermatology. I want to have spas like all over the world. She had pearl colleges all over the world. I want to have spas and different things and medical practices all over to treat people's skin holistically and
Hmm.
have people understand the benefits of great skin, great hair, thick nails come from internal cleansing, and you can excel internally to externally. And so I do feel as though that spirit also has carried through me because Annie was not like a crazy eater.
Okay.
She was a very light eater, and yeah, no, and like I said, it's very interesting the little things that people tell you about her. Like that was one of the things her personal assistant would always say. Like, well, not always say, but he has mentioned. Dinner time. She would eat very light. You know what I mean? She had like
Hmm.
a potato and a baked chicken and like a dinner roll, and maybe like
Right.
lemonade. She wasn't like a heavy drinker.
Right.
So she loved fresh lemonade. So
Okay.
little things like that. It's like I love fresh lemonade. Oh my god!
Yeah.
Like it's the little things where you get excited because you want to make them feel like you say you want to humanize them.
Yep.
So to all of us, she's an icon. To me, she's my celebrity. But I want her to feel as natural. I want her to be Aunt Annie,
Yes.
so that I can
Yes.
think, okay, if she was here right now, or if she's coming to me right now, what energy would she give me? Because sometimes, or at least when I would get started, I would always have like this nice proper hello, I'm Sasha Turnbo. This is what I do. But it's like I have to be authentic. I have to be real with you guys because
this
it's not
this
gonna
is you. This is because
yes.
this is your energy. Look, you are the perfect person to carry this legacy on because the passion, the passion that you have for it, like the fact that you're just as excited as I am about this, and the passion and the way you bringing it, so many more people are going to learn about her, and so many more people are going to be able to really see the real story of Andy Malone because the way that you're bringing it and your energy, like, don't change for nobody. Be you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes. Because that's the biggest part for me to understand as I'm transitioning to be more open and abrupt with everybody. Because like I said, you can get emotional, and so you
Yes.
think that the way to protect yourself from not getting emotional is to just be very bland. But when you don't give any emotion, the people don't really feel you. So it's like I'm like I can't do that. I have to talk with my hands. Sometimes I roll my neck a little bit. People are
Yeah.
gonna have to learn this Black history. How
That's
Black people talking.
you gonna get
Okay.
it how you get it.
Yes. Um.
That is
But
cool.
and that's how she was. She was very real though. And so just like how we are building this friendship, she has many friends. I have many friends. I have a beautiful network of people, and I just love people. That's the thing about me. I am a Libra, okay, and I don't
Hmm.
know how familiar you are with astrology, but Libras are one of the least confrontational. We like duck
Okay.
and cover from anything confrontational. Okay, like we're not scary now. We're very bold. Like we'll face things head on. We'll always be on the front line, but it's
Right.
like we prefer to always be at peace with everybody. So if I can make friends with the next person because that'll be for the best interest of me, let's do it. I
Exactly.
don't want to be closed off with my information because I feel like it needs to be for me. I'd rather share my information, build, my Annie Malone family, because I feel like this is all of ours, Aunt Annie. You know what I'm saying? We call her Annie
Yes.
Malone, but at the end of the day, Aaron Malone is not really our favorite, so we can just stick with Aunt Annie, okay? Because she's Turnbo.
Yeah. There
Okay.
you go. There
When
you
your
go.
cousin, when your auntie married an uncle that you didn't really like, and you had to tell him get rid
Like,
of that
yeah,
uncle.
that was the name, but we're gonna stick with the real name that we like. So
I'm saying she a Turnbo,
there
okay?
you go.
But yes, I want everybody to resonate with Aunt Annie and understand that can be your Aunt Annie too. Vibe with her. When you see her face, a lot of people are captivated. You
Mm,
feel like she's speaking to you. You feel comfort in her eyes when you look at her. That's what we need to feel about our leaders. That's how we need
yes.
to feel about those that we call heroes or those we call icons. You want to look at those photos and be empowered years after they are gone.
Yep.
And
Yep.
that is the beauty of her. Everybody has this reaction, and that is why I carry her legacy with such grace and class and poise as she did. Because at the end of the day, hello, I can't come, out here and be acting wild on Aunt Amy's name. The
It-
Turnbull's gonna wrap me up. Okay.
right. Now I got you. I got you.
You got them calling you like, all right,
What you
Tasha, I know you
doing?
got
Yeah.
excited, but I'm gonna need you to dial down a little bit. Give
Right.
me one. But yeah, no. But
Yeah, it's cool.
but I do get excited, and like I say, I'm always willing to share, and I do want to have, big, like the Bronner Brother hair shows. I want
Yep.
to do big, shows for to honor beauticians like Annie Malone would, like the World Fair
Hmm.
or something. So I'm hoping as her legacy grows, we can have people come set up booths and sell their products and different things like
Yeah.
that for our people, by our people, because that's what we need. And at the end of the day, my main focus as well is getting hair care back in the black. Okay,
Yes.
hair
Yes.
care is in a whole, we done gave it to a whole other sector of the world. Okay, the Eastern world runs hair care.
And they shouldn't. We created
Okay.
it. Let's get it back. Yeah.
Oh my god, because it's like, man, it's crazy. The Asians are powerful, boy.
There
Oh
they
my
are.
goodness.
They are.
That whole country of Asia, the whole country of Asia, they just manifest so much. And like it's beautiful, but it started in the black. We're gonna get it back in the black,
There you go.
okay? Because guess what? We do it phenomenally. I love how they do it, but we know how to just put a little something on it that just makes it pop better, you know?
They learn from us. They have to learn from us. So hey, might as well bring it back to the source.
The blueprint.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay. Because at the end of the day, if you bring it back to the source, everybody gets the best product at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
I've been
Mm-hmm.
using a lot of black owned things since I've always loved the black owned everything. From attending Howard and just being at HBCU. So it didn't really get amplified last year, but I feel like since society made black, like kind of highlighted black things a little bit more, it was easier to find black owned products last
Yeah.
year. So I can say that honestly now I have been buying, like, and I'm not saying just like clothes or jewelry. I'm saying black owned things like toilet paper, hand soaps, like black owned things that people don't think about that are everyday necessities that we
Mm-hmm.
can buy from black people, from black manufacturers. So
Right.
that is something that we are going to soon tap into. So we can have black farmers markets, you know what I mean? So that black people can bring in all of their stuff and we can keep money in our communities. Because I
Yep.
feel like that is the first way, people always say, okay, well, you got, we're filled with the ghettos and all types of stuff and whatever. Okay, so let's shift. We got to get out of it. We got to shift. But everybody has to find the one thing they're good at and then fight to be the best at
Yes.
it. But
Yes.
but but the one thing you can do is that if you're not the best at it, you can't try to take out the best. You have to now
Right.
try to sit next to the best
And learn.
and get there. You know what
There
I'm
you go.
saying?
Yep.
But a lot of people, they just want to be followers. Some people, they need to go to a job.
Hmm.
They find comfort in, something like already pre-written instruction
Right.
type of vibe. And nothing is wrong with that because we need people who are willing to work. But when some of us can tap into that ability to create and really just have faith in the power of creating, it's
It's
very
an
scary. But when you can have that faith, you can just go so far. And I'm learning that. I'm learning that.
it's in our DNA, and it's I understand why you are saying that because it's literally in your DNA. It's in all of us, but it's literally in your bloodline that you can track back because that's exactly what Annie did. She created
Yes.
her own. She used her imagination, she used her ingenuity, her intelligence, created a whole industry, a whole platform, and empower others. And as you can see around the world, like I have a friend from St. Louis. He's from the St. Louis area. And when I first started talking about Annie
Yes.
Malone, she got excited. She like, oh yeah, she did this and she did this, and we talk about this in St. Louis. And I'm from Florida. I'm from Florida. So I went to FAMU. So down here all they taught us
Okay.
was
Okay.
Madam C.J. Walker. And like I say, shout out to her and kudos to her and everything that she built. But let's 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 make sure that we're getting these stories out so everybody can know. And that's another reason why I want to have you on here. I created this whole platform so we share these stories with as many people as possible. We're not letting nobody else doing it. We're gonna do it and we're gonna do it right. So
Right.
yeah. So let me ask you about your book. And you don't have to get all the way into it, but kind
Okay.
of give us a little bit of information about your book and kind of time when it may come out so we can buy the book.
Yes. So the book is going to be centered around just Annie's life. Okay. So I'm gonna do a two-part series. First book is gonna be just solely on her life. The second book is going to be the in-depth of the college. Okay. And so it's going to be broken up, just by decade. And you're
Okay.
going to travel through every decade, see what she went through, how she faced it, and not only what happened publicly, what happened in the family. I'm
Hmm.
going to incorporate, newspaper clippings that the family received, family letters, you know, family photos. I have my grandfather and his siblings in Poro, and them running the college like they're grown and they're just sitting there like in taking their business photo, and it's just beautiful. It's powerful. And so the book will it's planning to be coming out her birthday August 9th. All right,
Okay.
so
Okay.
I'm getting everything together for August 9th, and I would love to be in St. Louis. I'm trying to see where in St. Louis I can be, if I can be at the Annie Malone Children and Family Service Center or if I'm gonna be somewhere else. So the day of the book release party, I guess, or when that would take place is not definite, but the release date is looking to be on her birthday, August 9th. And that's something that I want to do to kind of wish her happy birthday and
Hmm.
put that out there as like my gift to her after, because she passed away 57, so we're going on like 60 years of her being gone.
Okay.
And so I want that to be something that's like, it's been a long time coming, but happy birthday. And so I feel like
Right.
releasing it on her birthday will always be special for me. Um, and so I'm gonna make sure that, everything I'm with the pandemic, I know it'll definitely be digital. With the pandemic, I'm trying to make sure everything can be printed in time so that I can get it to St. Louis. I'm gonna ship it to somebody that I know there, and
Hmm.
then I'll travel there, like get all the books there because I want to do a book signing. I want to do a whole thing. So we're gonna keep our fingers crossed, okay? But yes, so fall, early fall, late summer, early fall is
Okay.
our time frame, okay? And I'm very excited
Cool.
because I've been working on the book for a long time now. The only thing that I feel like has been delaying me is just I feel like I wanted to add more family touches to it.
Hmm.
I feel like I had a lot of public research. I feel like I had kind of the same story that everybody had or like similar stories, but I wanted to make it more personal. So, me adding the family aspect will be a beautiful touch. And
Right.
I think that'll allow people to humanize her. Like you say, I love that you